Hey, fool, you ready for another beating? You should have never came back.
You will be destroyed.
There it is, folks. All right, little buddy, go play. What a night. What a night. The boys win again. And they play good defensively. What's going on? What's going on? I can't understand. Where are you? Oh, we got another. We have somebody else who wants to say hello. Here we go. Yes. And my little Rosie's all dressed for the occasion. There she is, folks. Who's that? Hey? All right, go play. So the boys get it done in Winnipeg, and they get it done convincingly. And of course, they got to make us sweat in the last few minutes. Of course, of course. I mean, it's protocol that they have to make us nervous, guys. It's just the way it is. And hey, over there. I got to keep an eye on her. And no matter what, I mean, we're just going to have to be patient and put up with the dramatic endings, you know. But what do you think, guys? My goodness, you know, a convincing win in Winnipeg. Not just a win, a convincing win. Our best game of this trip, really, I think. You know, and guys, I missed the first half. Jim was keeping me posted. I was busy. I was doing things. I wasn't in the building. And he told me, he said, you'd be proud. They're playing good defensively tonight. It's like, you're kidding, really? So when I came in and it was 2-0, and I just missed the second goal. That's right when I started watching the game, so I'm going to catch the rest of it later. But when I seen the shots on net, I'm like, wow, you know, the Sabres are actually really, you know, winning in all sorts of different ways. But folks, we're starting to win scoring less than 4 goals a game, which is great news because we weren't able to do that before. I'm glad Comrie got the start too. He got to beat his old team. That's good news. And I think Dylan, what happened there with Dylan was I think he got a butt end of the stick on his chin. That's what I think. I can't tell you for sure, but my first instinct was the butt end of the stick. It wasn't the hand. I think it was the butt end of the stick that got him in the chins, and he was all like, you know, out of it. So I'm sure he'll be okay. You know, I don't think it was any kind of shot to the head kind of thing. It was a shot to the chin from the butt end of the stick. At least that's what I seen. So let's look at the numbers, folks, and talk about this. I'm sure you're all excited, and I'm really happy for all you Sabres fans that have stuck with this team and not given up on this team and believed in this team. And, you know, not too long ago, it felt like we were on that 18-game losing streak, guys, remember? Not too long ago, you know, and here we are 2 short years later, and what a vast improvement, not just of this team, this entire franchise. We have stability, you know, we're good with our scouting now. We're just, things are just better. You know, you start getting the right guys in place upstairs and things change on the ice. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. Here we go. All right, the shots, 36-21 Sabres. Face-offs, nice to see, 55% to 45. 1 for 2 on the power play, a big one too. And they were 1 for 3. We had 10 hits, they had 19. We had 14 blocks, they had 12. We had 9 giveaways, they had 14. Shots on goal. First period, 14-6 Sabres. Second period, 14-5 Sabres. Looked like total dominance. I can't wait to rewatch the first half of this game. And then in the third period, 10-8, which I thought the Sabres played good in that period as well. Just it just sucked the way we closed it. And Skinner should have shot at the empty net. All right, here comes the scoring. And first period, no scoring. Second period, Power gets his third. Power is starting to score, folks. And then Tage gets his 34th and makes it 2-0 Sabres. We go into the third. Olofsson gets his 23rd, makes it 3-0. And then Schmidt scores pretty late, in the final 5 minutes on the power play, makes it, replies with the power play. Victor Olofsson got that on the power play, by the way, and so did they. Reply with a power play goal. They pull the goalie, and of course they give us a heart attack in the last minute. What normal night as a Sabres fan would be a night off? I don't think we know how it feels. And folks, we're going to look now at the wild card. And that's how it stands this very minute. The Capitals, Penguins, both got points in the game. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but it did. But that means we picked up a point on somebody, which tonight it was Pittsburgh. and we maintain pace with Washington. So it might be better in the long run anyway that the Sabres just continue to find ways, guys, to win. I mean, let's look at this though anyway. So Washington 58, Pittsburgh 57, the Sabres 55. 2 points out of a playoff spot, folks. 2 more wins in Pittsburgh also. Florida come in next at 52. Then the Islanders at 51. We have 2 games in hand on them, and we're up on 4 points on them. It's starting to separate a little. And Detroit's still alive at 50 points. They're for sure still alive. So is Philadelphia, and so is Ottawa. But Philadelphia now is a game under 500, 48 points, 9 points out. And Ottawa, it's looking bleak for them. But they're not out of it mathematically, so they're still in it as far as I'm concerned. They're floating around 500. It's a 10-game winning streak is what they need, though. They need something big to happen over there. They're currently 12 points out of a playoff spot, but they have a game in hand. We are 10 full points in front of Ottawa now. They have a game in hand on us, though. It's just looking good. You know, that's why I said before this road trip, this is the biggest road trip in the last decade. It is, because the Sabres, if they could have success on this road trip, this team would start doing things none of our teams could before, which is win important games later in the season when it counts. And last year was fun. Don't get me wrong. I was proud of them. I love the way the season closed. We all were having fun. We're watching this brand of hockey that was, wow, you know, they're fun to watch again. And this year, they're getting rewarded for that. So we're doing pretty good, guys. We're doing pretty good. So right now, will we beat Minnesota? The way we looked in this game, from what I've seen, wouldn't surprise me if they go into mini and win too. This is crazy. This is really crazy what they're doing. So we have a chance here, guys, to, if we close out this road trip with a win, I would say that tops the West trip. This probably already tops the West trip, guys, because that was early in the season. It was a little different, but it was a good trip. You know what I mean? We lost in Seattle, but it was a good West swing. That was really a good one. But this Central swing here, this is huge. This is really, really huge because these games mean a lot right now, guys. They mean a lot. So I'm sure most of you are having a good time. I'm sure Cousins will be okay. I'm sure he'll be in next game unless something is busted in his chin that we don't know about yet. I don't know. Well, we'll find that out soon enough. I'm happy for Comrie that he you know, had a good game. I know it wasn't a lot of shots, but I'm happy he had a good game. He can feel part of this team, at least to some degree again. And we can figure out the goaltending thing as we go along. You know, I mean, teams in the 70s used to have 3 goalies, guys. So you can run with 3 goalies. You know, you got to just figure it out by the end of the year. You got to figure out what's what, especially if we get into the playoffs. The Sabres right now are looking like a playoff team. You know, I know we're not in right now, but we look like a playoff team. We just do. Tonight, the amount of shots we let Winnipeg have. And I think it was Brett. Brett, you mentioned that Winnipeg was 22nd in the league in hitting. I thought they were like 15th before when I made that video, by the way. I thought they've dropped. I think it, you know, maybe because Paul Maurice isn't there, they're just not hitting like they used to, because that's a big physical team. And they really weren't doing much as I thought they would. I mean, I really thought they'd throw 30 hits at us tonight. They threw 19. I'm surprised. I just am. Winnipeg's such a good home team, guys. But it doesn't matter. You know, those things don't matter when you play a young squad like the Sabres who just don't care and don't respect everybody like they're supposed to. They don't care. They just come at you and come at you and come at you. And you've seen it in the third. I mean, they were if you notice, guys, though, when we had that lead, we were tightening up. We were tightening up at one point. Not the whole period, but we were tightening up the best we could. You know, like I was happy, like I'd see them in our zone and they were flipping it out. They weren't just, you know, they weren't just trying to make 3 passes in the zone and go crazy again up the ice. No, no, no. They were flipping it out, killing the time. They were playing. They were a mini trap, I would say. They played a mini trap system for about 5 minutes, which was good. But once we gave them a power play and they scored, We let them back in the game. That's what drove me nuts, is that goal. When they scored and made it 3-1, I was like, oh, please, you know, like, we got to hold on to this game. We got to hold on to this game. So now, you know, anything, you know, we're going to come out of this 3-1 at the very worst. What a trip this has been. But what if we win next game coming home? You know, this is just so big. Like, the way we won, you know, like, when it set the tone, the way we set the tone, I believe, in early in this road trip, when we set the tone in that game, that first game, I just felt good about it. It just felt good. I wasn't overconfident or nothing, but it just felt good. It felt secure that they're going to give their best. They're not going to show up flat on this trip, you know? And if we can just hang in there and get the next one. Okay, I want the next one, guys. I want the Sabres to win the next game. Now, I mean, I know all of you do, but I'm going to feel disappointed with this trip if we don't sweep it out now. Because I think they might have learned from the last trip, which was a West trip, but when we didn't win in Seattle, they might have felt a little ripped off that they didn't take the whole damn thing when they were out there the last time. Maybe this time on this trip, we can take the whole thing. So we'll see. Minnie's a good team. It's not going to be easy. It really won't be easy. So let's leave it there, guys. The boys win, and that's all that matters tonight. We are 7 games over 500. My goodness. And if we win next game, we're 8 games over 500, coming home on a streak, and the boys are feeling good about themselves. I wouldn't be surprised this winning streak goes right to 6, 7, 8 games if they win next game. We'll see next game. So right now, our 7, 8, 9, 10, who knows? You know, like, this is the streak that could make us into the playoffs this year when it's all said and done by the end of the year. So we shall see. All right, guys, enjoy. The boys do it. So enjoy your night, and I shall see you tomorrow. Have a great one.